Hey, everybody. Time once again for the Suwannee Sports Report. I'm Wayne Littrell, joined by the head baseball coach for Suwannee High School, Coach Billy Moran. We're going to talk to Coach Moran. It's the Diamond Dog podcast. It's the Suwannee Sports Report, but at this time of the year, it's also the Diamond Dog podcast where we keep up with Suwannee baseball. Suwannee baseball, we'll talk more about that coming up right after we take this time out. The Suwannee Sports Report is presented by Roundtree Moore Ford on Highway 90 in Lake City. Roundtree Moore Ford. Go see Stephen Jones and the entire crew there. They're proud to be part of the Morgan Automotive Group, and they're dedicated to delivering exceptional service and a wide selection of quality vehicles. Highway 90, Lake City, Florida, and we certainly appreciate their support. Back after this on River Country.
In the heart of the red zone is where the game is won, and you need a dealership that knows about scoring big. At Roundtree Moore Ford, we've scored this area's largest selection of new and pre-owned inventory, and right now, we're scoring rates as low as 0%. It's time to get out of the stands and score big in the Roundtree Moore Ford red zone. At Roundtree Moore Ford, the customer always wins, so make your next ride a touchdown at RoundtreeMooreFord.com today.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Van Carpet One. For 78 years, we've been your local family-owned and operated floor covering store, and we can't wait to serve you. Let's go check out some of the stuff we've got and say hey to the guys.
Hey guys, this is Michael Van here at Van Carpet One. Wanted to show you our huge display of carpet. Got about 1,000 rolls for you that we can order. We also keep about 100 in stock that are on clearance, so please come down and give us a visit. We appreciate it.
Come in and see the largest tile collection in North Florida. Van Carpet One has every tile you could possibly imagine. If you can't find it here, they don't make it. Guys, take a look at this. This is just some of our options in waterproof vinyl plank, where we have the largest selection anywhere around here, including over 70 pallets in stock, ready to go right now. Come in and see our fantastic selection of elegant hardwood too, followed up by fantastic service that you expect from a company like Van Carpet One.
Come on in and see us.
We can't wait to serve you. And that's a boom shakalaka.
And welcome back to the Sports Report. All right, Coach Moran, we had a busy week all on the road, so we'll start with the last game that you guys played. Went over to Jacksonville and faced Bishop Snyder, a team that probably is going to be a state championship contender. No probably about it. They are going to be a state championship contender. They got a heck of a club, and we ran into a hot pitcher in the Pichelle kid. So tell me about last night's ball game.
Man, it was a really good ball game. Their arm is a Tennessee commit, and he's just a really tough competitor. He pitched well, well enough to keep us off balance. He's got kind of a funky throwing motion, and he was able to throw off-speed pitches for strikes. I feel like we did a good job of battling and getting his pitch count up. He just at the end of the day, there's a reason he's going to Tennessee. So he's a good ball player, and it was a really good game. I mean, the score does not dictate how close that game was.
Yeah.
That game was 1-1 all the way into the sixth inning.
Yeah.
And even in the sixth inning, we were in a great spot and had an opportunity to shut down the rally. They just got a timely hit, and that team's loaded. The kid that got a hit with the bases loaded, he's a JU commit, really talented baseball player. So I mean, and that's what we're working for. We're putting these guys into tough situations against really, really tough players, because in order to be a state champion, and in order to win at a high level, you have to fail before you can succeed, and that's what we're doing right now. And it's not in a negative way. We have an opportunity. We've been in a position to win all of these games that we've lost. So we're not getting bullied around. We're not getting blown out by no means. We are in every single game against some of the best teams in the state and in the country.
Yeah.
The teams that we have lost to are all Final Four, state champions, and top ranked teams in the state and in the country.
Yeah.
So that's the caliber of team that can beat us. We're a very talented baseball team, and we're not going to lose games to lesser opponents. So,
And I guess my question is, come postseason time, if we have a record that's not maybe as good as, say, somebody in the Panhandle who has a weaker schedule.
Mhm.
So if you looked at our strength of schedule, but maybe we have a few more losses.
Sure.
I mean, how does that weigh out in terms of home field advantage?
I don't care about home field advantage. I mean, that to me, home field advantage is it good? Sure, but if I'm getting to fight at my house, but I still only have access to a knife and they're bringing guns, going to win that fight. And that's the thing is we're preparing ourselves to go into battle and to be more prepared than our opponents, because I know for a fact that our opponents are not playing the competition that we are.
Yeah, and I'm feeling like this schedule is going to help us come the second season.
Yeah.
But I like that home field advantage just for travel
Yeah,
purposes.
for sure.
But it is pretty satisfying
Mhm.
when you can celebrate on somebody else's home field.
Sure. Well, and the thing is too is you got guys, my guys, they have aspirations to play college baseball. Well, that's great. I'm glad we do. We just faced 2 college arms yesterday. We faced another college arm against Columbia. So I mean, we are facing big time arms, big time players, and that's kind of my motto is if you want to be the best, you got to go find the best and beat them.
Yeah.
You know?
No doubt. Yeah, second pitcher they brought in, because you were talking about the game against Snyder. I mean, it was actually tied up in the top of the 6th
That's
inning.
right.
You guys score run, tie it up, and and then they come up with 4 in their at bat. But the kid that came in and replaced Michelle, Pickett,
Landis Pickett.
yeah, he was pretty special as well.
I mean, he's a Maryland commit. You got SEC and then ACC. Those guys aren't there by accident. They're not committed to those colleges by accident. They're very talented players. So,
Big Ten, by the way,
yeah.
for Maryland.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they used to be ACC.
Oh, okay.
Years ago. But
No, I always thought they were
sorry.
ACC. Okay,
They
so
should
Big Ten.
be.
Well, yeah, for sure. So, yeah, and I mean, we were in 1-0 game, and I want to say in the 5th inning, they had Bushell. He came back out, or maybe it was maybe it was top of the 6th inning, and Bushell was at his pitch count, but we were at the top of our order. Jace Moran was up, and they wanted that lefty lefty matchup.
Right.
And he stayed just one batter too long. He hung a curveball and Jace hit it way out of the park. And that just blew up our dugout, gave us all kinds of life and confidence. And we were in a position where we felt like we were going to win the game. And it was a great game. It was a great atmosphere. Both teams are playoff caliber teams. Both teams have the ability to go make a playoff run and go to a state championship and possibly win a state championship. So, that's the thing is you got to go through those kind of games to kind of earn your stripes, if you will.
Yeah, kind of builds character.
Yeah.
I mean, a tough loss, but you learn from it and move on. Going back to Wednesday night, now that was a fun game, playing in Lake City. And Grayson Green, I don't know if you've seen a better pitching performance, but 11 strikeouts on the night through 5 innings of work. I mean, can't do much better than that.
I mean, he was dialed in, and he just, I mean, he struck out what was it, 9 out of the first 10 batters, and the one guy that that reached was on a walk. He didn't get a hit, so he gave up 1 hit, but he was just dialed in. He felt great. I mean, when he's like that, it's fun to watch, and you don't want to be on the other side.
Is he on a pitch count? Were you considering leaving him in for the full game?
Yeah, all my guys are on pitch counts right now. Everything we do is strategic. We yes, it's important to win baseball games. But at the same time, it's more important for us to get that second guy in there, to get him experience in that game, to get him some work, and also to not get all the goodie out of Grayson's arm right now in the beginning of the season. We have to build him up. We have to build up his stamina. That way in the playoffs, if we need him to go 90 pitches, he's well built up and stamina is set for that. So,
Man, he was grooving, hitting his spots. It felt like he could have won another 5-6 innings.
yeah, I have no doubt that he possibly could have, but you could kind of see the body fatigue. And like I said, that's, if you're a runner, you don't just walk outside and run 10 miles after not running at all. You got to kind of start, lead all the way up to it. So that's what we're trying to do with him. And it was the same thing last night when we played Bishop Snyder. We had Kyler Watson started the game. He started great. But he knew going in, hey, we just need you to get 6 outs. You're on a pitch count. We're getting 6 outs, and then we're going to the next guy. We had a pitching plan the whole time. That's kind of where we're at right now in the season. Once we get to about that halfway point in the season, we'll probably start to, give the guys the ball and say, hey, man, it's yours until I have to come and get you type of thing. But we definitely want to make sure our arms are well conditioned to go deep, and we don't want to overuse them early.
So Watson started that game, and then you went to Garcia, followed by Lawson and Colton Rogers. So
we went to it was Kyler Watson threw the first 2 innings, then Gabe Garcia. Then we went to Colton Rogers, and then Colton Rogers, we just felt like the matchup wasn't right. So we went to Rylan Lawson after that.
Okay. And Rylan kind of closed it out
Yeah,
then for
Rylan
you.
closed it
Yeah.
out for us. Yep.
Well, I tell you what, 3-3. I know it's early in the year, but just assess the team at this point. Do you feel the growth? Do you feel like they're where they should be?
Pitching and defense, I feel like we are in a really good spot. Offensively, um, I have my I don't want to say here's the thing. I have some concerns about us offensively, but at the same time, we're facing elite arms.
Yeah.
I feel like if we face just good arms and not elite arms, I feel like we are going to be able to have a lot of success.
Yeah.
But what I want for my guys is to be able to have some more competitive at bats against these elite arms. Because right now it just feels like we're slightly overmatched at times, and I think that's a confidence thing. I think it's a confidence thing. I think these guys need to believe that they can beat these guys, and then if they believe that they can, I think they will.
Well, you go back to the Columbia game, and Tyson McCray was battling, man. I mean, he kind of kept us off stride. He was giving up base runners, but he wouldn't give him up any runs, and we just hung in there and hung in there. And then, Jace hit that home run,
Yeah.
which just kind of just turned on the offense, it seemed
Sure.
like.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that was maybe the third inning. It was just
Yeah, in the fourth.
the fourth inning. Okay. Yeah. So,
But we had left 7 men on base
Yeah,
leading up
yeah.
to that.
And that's the thing, man. So a lot of times it's not so much that we need you to get a hit. We just need to put the ball in play. There's certain times where it's like, hey, we can't strike out in this situation. We have to create a ground ball or fly ball or something to where we don't allow a strikeout because strikeouts are just non-productive at bats.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's Bishop Kenny, 11 strikeouts.
yeah,
So, so
it's hard to
it's
win
tough.
games. I mean, you get 21 outs in a game. So if you're giving half of them away for strikeouts, that means you're only having, like last night, 10 outs.
Yeah.
We had 10 outs that weren't strikeouts. So if you make those guys make, if I tell my guys 5 strikeouts. If we strike out 5 or less in a game, we have a high chance of winning because that means that you got 16 ground balls or fly balls that those guys got to make plays on.
Yeah.
And in high school baseball, a lot of times you're going to get 4 or 5 errors, and those 4 or 5 errors, they usually come back to hurt them. So.
Jace went 3 for 4, home run, double, 3 RBI in that Columbia game. Easton O'Quinn had 3 hits and an RBI. Colton Rogers, how about his offense? He had 3 hits and RBI, scored a couple of runs.
Yeah.
You got him batting 9th.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty productive.
Well, I mean, he's there for a reason.
Yeah.
Because when we're at number 9, we're at the top. And we, Lopez has been injured, so we bumped Jace up, bumped O'Quinn up. So Jace is leading off. So when we're at the 9 hole, he's the second leadoff hitter in my mind. I mean, he's as good as anybody. So he can really hit.
How is Noah? How is he doing? His hamstring injury?
Yeah, he's on the mend. He's supposed to. He's projected to come back next week.
Okay.
So,
big deal.
So yeah, that'll be good. And we got a tough schedule next week. Last night you was talking about Jace. Last night Jace was 2 for 2 off of the Tennessee commit. He had a double and a home run.
Wow.
So that was good.
Seems like he's starting to groove a little bit offensively.
Yeah, I think he's just settling down, not trying to do too much, and he's a good hitter. So if he just doesn't try to do too much and be himself, that's what he does. So I was really proud of our guys. I felt like our approach was good. It's just that that X factor of just believing that you can win. And sometimes that little bit of mental grit is the difference. And O'Quinn, I feel like O'Quinn's done a great job. I mean, you're asking freshmen to step into, hit second and third in the order. It's not easy. It's not easy. And he is
not your average freshman.
No, he's not your average freshman.
And give him credit defensively. Moving third base, you plug him in at second base. You bring Nickerson in, and he's done a nice job at third.
Yeah. Well, against Bishop Snyder the other night, he ground ball in the hole. He goes backhand and makes the play. He's at shortstop. Because Garcia was pitching. So we've asked far too much of him, and all he has done is just responded very well. So I'm super proud of him. Case Nickerson, we've put him in a couple of different spots. He's done a great job. He's also pitched a lot. So I mean, we have a lot of guys that are doing a lot of good things. We got to kind of realize that that one performance by one guy is not going to be enough to win
Right.
at a high level. So we can win a game here, win a game there, because we'll have an excellent performance by an individual. But in order for our team to win at a high level, we have to have a team effort of dominant performances.
Yeah. Yeah, and it seems like this bunch is pretty tight, and they work well together. So hopefully that continues to mature as we go through the season. But it doesn't get any easier. We got another tough week ahead
Oh
of
yeah,
us. We got to go to Lowndes.
yeah,
This week we got a game at Lowndes, and then we got McClay later on the week. Childs coming up. I mean, so
sure.
I'm looking for a patsy on here. I don't
There's
see
not.
any, Billy.
There's not. And that's the thing is these guys are talented enough to where if I don't put a schedule out that challenges them, then they'll kind of lull and
Yeah.
we can't have
I
that.
mean, you could do it. You could put a schedule together where we're diamond people,
Oh,
and
100%. I could have a schedule right now where we wouldn't have lost a game,
yeah,
but I
but that
mean,
doesn't prepare you
that's right.
for the end of the year.
That's right. That's exactly right. Like if you have aspirations of winning a state championship, you have to play state championship caliber teams throughout the season to be prepared for that. Otherwise, you'll have a really, really good season, then you'll get beat in the playoffs by the first tough opponent you face.
We're not playing anybody in the district. We're 3A in District 3. And the other teams in our district, Paxton, Stanton, Wolfson, and Baldwin. Last year, Baldwin was, a bit of a nuisance. We were lucky to get through that series. They played great, but defeated them. Who do we have to look out for this year? Have you done any scouting of the district teams at all? Do you have any idea what?
No, I haven't scouted them at all. I just know that based on what I saw last year, um, I just you know
Not
they're
worried.
they're yeah. I mean,
Gotcha.
nobody else is playing a schedule like we are,
That's right.
and even if we are 500, we're going to be the toughest 500 team you've ever seen.
Yeah.
So,
You keep an eye on Coach Wiggins in the JV. You've seen
oh
them a
yeah,
couple times.
I'm highly involved in the JV.
Yeah.
I pay attention to everything that they've got going on. I just had to go over the other day and have a little talk with them to kind of get their mind right. They lost a couple of games that they should have won. They had one game where they blew a 6-run lead in the 7th, which I was very disappointed about. And it's again, that team is super talented. They've got so much talent, and it really is just it's a mindset for those guys. They have to. So and I tell everybody on the team, uh, winning is a mindset. You have to step into something believing that you can win, not hoping that it works out. So that's something that they have to get better at, and same with us. We have to do the same thing. When we play a lesser opponent, we walk into the place and we believe that we can win. So why can't we believe we can win when we play top ranked national team?
It is a mindset, and certainly you guys have worked hard, and this program has a lot of history and a lot of proud tradition, and it's pretty cool to see it continuing.
Yeah, for sure. And we've got guys that are just as capable as anywhere else. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Gainesville. You take the best of their area and put them against the best of our area, and they match up. They match up the same. So but like I said, that's what we're looking to do. Childs is a really talented team. We're on the road for Childs, aren't we? Or are we home for Childs?
No, you're on the road this first matchup.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
27th.
so that Friday, Grayson Green will pitch against them. I've had him scheduled to where we started him on Tuesday to start the season, and we put him on Wednesday this past week against Columbia, and now he'll be on Friday against Childs. So that'll be a really good matchup.
So as far as your starters, if you have 2 games in a week, I guess you're looking at starting Grayson once, and then probably Kyler as your next starter.
Yeah, it'll be. It's looking like it's going to be Kyler.
Yeah.
Kyler's going to be the guy. And this, I know it's funny to say that because he's only pitched one time, and it was against Bishop Snyder. So, 6 games into the season, he gets his first start. But that's another thing. Like he played football, so his arm conditioning is a little bit behind everybody else, which is totally fine. We have plenty of arms, and also too, I've been trying to find that other guy, that guy that can come in and give us a start and give us a win. And we're still looking,
Yeah.
because we really in high school baseball, you need You need 3 good arms.
Right, because yeah, you really do.
Mhm.
And then you've got guys that it's a different role, a different mindset to be that starting pitcher as
Mhm.
opposed to coming in and closing or being that middle reliever.
Yeah,
And
100%.
I mean, even though man, that guy's got a great arm and movement, but how does that mindset start out? Is he better suited
Yeah.
for a start? And that's something that as a coach you got to figure out.
Yeah, that's you put your aces in their places, and we got to kind of find out what their role is, what they feel good doing, and where we can get the most out of them. And a lot of guys, if they, it might take them a little bit to get going. Well, those aren't the guys you want to bring in when it's, you know, bases loaded, no outs. You need a guy who comes in right now is ready to fire. So, that's you got to, and sometimes learning that means losing a game.
Yeah.
So
Well, 3-3 so far in the season, and you guys have looked good in spots. You've played a tough schedule and continuing to battle. Back to talk more about it after this timeout. It's the Suwannee Sports Report, the Diamond Dog Podcast here on RiverCountrySports.com.
In the heart of the red zone is where the game is won, and you need a dealership that knows about scoring big. At Roundtree Moore Ford, we've scored this area's largest selection of new and pre-owned inventory. And right now, we're scoring rates as low as 0%. It's time to get out of the stands and score big in the Roundtree Moore Ford red zone. At Roundtree Moore Ford, the customer always wins. So make your next ride a touchdown at RoundtreeMoreFord.com today.
You were there at the beginning. You stood behind me, guiding me through good times and bad, teaching me lessons I wouldn't appreciate until later, preparing me for the day when you couldn't be here. What you've given me, I'll carry wherever I go. And because of your planning, I know I'll go far.
Set your family up for life. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance. Your friends for life.
Excellence in academic and clubs. Tradition, family, future. Foundations for lifelong learning. Leadership begins here. Careers start here. Curiosity meets opportunity. Building the leaders of tomorrow. Learning begins with love. One district, every student, every day. The Suwannee County School District, my choice for high-quality education.
Here with Coach Billy Moran. And Coach, you mentioned something during the break that I didn't realize. We're 3-3, and I said that before as we went into the break, and you said, reminding me that last year we were like 4-4, 4-5 at about this time of the year. So, and then we caught fire.
Yeah. We last year I want to say we were 4-5, and we had faced, out of those 9 games, we had faced Division I arms every single game, even to include Lafayette County, Mayo. They threw their Division I arm at us as well. So and then all of a sudden we just kind of got comfortable with things being tough. We got comfortable with understanding that there was, just because we didn't succeed in one pitch or one at bat, that we still lived to fight the next pitch. And then we kind of started to realize that the more involvement we had, as a team, the harder it was to beat us. And then once we figured that formula out, we were able to execute that every game, and we really were able to play some really good baseball. So, and I made the comment to the guys, the cream always rises to the top. And I told them, I said, make no mistake, guys, you are the cream. So, don't go in thinking that you can't do this. You can. And they did, they responded well. And I think these guys will too. So, we just need some individuals to, it's hard when you've had nothing but, failure. It's hard to walk into a place and just believe that you can win, even though all evidence to the contrary. So, and that's where I come in. That's where my coaching staff comes in. We have to talk confidence into these guys. And just because you start slow does not mean that you can't be productive. Doesn't
Right.
mean that you can't go out there and win.
Well, that's the beauty of baseball. I mean, baseball is a game that you're going to fail.
Yeah.
You're not going to win every game. You're not going to have every pitch be perfect and hit the exact spot. Let's face it. If you get 3 hits and 10 at bats, you're batting 300. I mean, so you're an all-star.
Yeah. I mean, something that sticks out in my head is several years ago, but Cody Bellinger started the season 0 for 32 and won the MVP.
Yeah.
32 at bats in a row without getting hit. I mean, for us, that's quite a few games. And if you're in high school lineup, you're probably not playing that.
Yeah, you're not
Probably
playing
not getting
162 games.
You're probably not getting the 33rd at bat. You're probably going to be set down for a minute. So, but yeah, I mean that's baseball, man. I mean, so it's not what you have done; it's what you're going to do next. So.
And I know you're not a big stat guy. I love stats,
Mhm.
but Jace is hitting 444. I don't know if you realize that. A couple of home runs now to his credit.
I mean,
You're paying attention. I know, but I'm gonna brag about him. I mean, that's pretty stout. Easton, the freshman, hitting 357 with a 625 on base percentage. How about those stats?
625 on base. I think he's reached base every single game we've played, and probably multiple times. He has one of the most advanced approaches I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And
just think of how much growth he has in front of him.
It's going to be scary to see what he's like when he's a senior.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah. I bet the recruiting noise gets loud for him.
Oh,
Everybody's
very
going to want
much.
to.
Yep.
How has it been for Jay? Some of your other guys that are looking at, committed to college, but, they got the draft coming up. I mean, are they putting that in the proper perspective and just focusing on the season?
Yeah, I think these guys are not really worried about that. They're just locked in on the season. Like for Jace, if he has any draft interest, it'll be more. I mean, there might be some guys there now, but it'll be pretty heavy next year. But I mean, we have to control what we can control, and all we do is just attack the baseball game and see what we can do there. So there were some pro guys there last night to watch the pitcher for the other side. So I mean, but that's the thing is that's the whole reason I put these teams on the schedule is because I want our guys to realize like when it is their time. Hey, this is not the first time we've been on this stage. You've played in front of pro scouts before. So that way, if a college, for Rylan Lawson came in to pitch last night. If yeah, I'm sure he doesn't realize it. There was college guys there. There was pro guys there. So you've already pitched in front of college and pro scouts. So it's not a big deal. So yeah, we just have to control what we can control.
On base percentage wise, Jace hitting 583 on base percentage. That's pretty good. Be nice when we get Noah Lopez back. He was always that speed guy that kind of set the table, but Ethan's kind of picked up some slack. He's got 3 stolen bases on the year.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I know Colton's got a pretty high on base percentage. Hunter Watson's doing a great job. He was, but I think to start the week, I did see that he was hitting like 417 to start the week. So he's a big bodied kid. He has a great plate approach and gets on base. That's it, man. I've told these guys 1,000 times. I don't care if you get hit by a pitch, if you reach on air, if you hit a double. I just want you on base. If we can get on base, we can win baseball games.
Well, I noticed, just looking at your stats, you had several guys with 5, 6, 7 walks, so far during the season. That just shows, patience at the plate and any way you can get on base.
That's right. Just need him to get on base.
Part of the battle.
Yes.
No doubt about it. Well, Coach, I appreciate your time as always. Want to wish you good luck going forward. Good luck against Lowndes. I know they're waiting on you. They didn't like losing last year.
Yeah, no, they're they circled us. They circled us early, put us on the schedule nice and early. So I would imagine they want to get some get back. But I don't think that Lowndes is as good a baseball team as any of the teams we've lost to yet. So I think that we are going to go over there and play some good baseball and hopefully win a ball game.
And pitching wise, you got Lowndes. I guess that's Grayson's start.
No. We're gonna, like I said, we're transitioning Grayson to Friday because our playoffs are going to be on Fridays. So
that would be the Child's game then.
Yeah,
right?
He's going to throw the Child's game, and so Lowndes is going to be Kyler Watson.
And then McClay.
Yeah, and then McClay, we're just going to try to we're still taking applications for that third starter.
That McClay game, by the way, that's a home game. So
Yes.
Let's get out there to Booster Field and make some noise for these dogs. Coach, as always, man, it's been a blast, and we look forward to seeing you as the season goes forward. Want to wish you good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We've got a Suwannee softball game we're going to broadcast. We'll do that coming up on Thursday night, and that'll be Madison County coming in to face the Lady Dogs. We'll have that game for you from Suwannee High softball facility starting at 7 o'clock. So join us for that ball game. That's going to wrap up this edition of the Suwannee Sports Report. If you have any comment or questions or would like to sponsor, just you can get a hold of us. Easy to do. Just email rivercountrysports@gmail.com. It's that easy. The Suwannee Sports Report airs live Mondays at 7, and then it's archived on the website for you to view anytime. The Suwannee Sports Report is presented by Roundtree Moore Ford and brought to you in part by Van Carpet One, Farm Bureau Insurance, and the Suwannee County School District. Want to send a get well soon out to my partner, Tammy Neal. She's dealing with some medical issues, so hopefully she's back on her feet quickly. In the meantime, I want to thank Sawyer Brooks for a wonderful job being our executive producer. For Coach Billy Moran, I'm Wayne Littrell. See you next week on the Suwannee Sports Report.